Welcome to this series of videos on study skills. My name's Andy Wicks. At the start of every course, everybody's grade sheet is blank, and it doesn't matter how well or how badly you did on previous courses, you've got exactly the same grade sheet as everybody else in the class. What matters is not where you start, but where you end. And that's what this series is about. It's about ensuring that you end up as far up the ladder as possible, and preferably with as little work as necessary. This set of videos is about study skills, not study techniques. The two are different. A study technique is something that you learn. How do I write notes in class? How do I organise my coursework? Those are techniques, and there are plenty of videos on YouTube that will explain how that works. This series of videos looks at the skills that you need to study successfully. And if you study successfully, well, you've won. Now, we're not assuming any underpinning knowledge here. I'm going to go through all the theory as we go along. But let me start with a plea for us. Teaching is not necessarily a subject in which you can win. As a teacher, you're always going to lose. If I am the best teacher there is, and I go into class and teach something, I'm going to have those who didn't have the underpinning knowledge. I'm going to have those who don't get it my way. They're coming at it like this, and I'm coming at it like that. And it's not that they're at fault. It's not that I'm at fault. But that's just the way it is. This series looks at how you could overcome these shortcomings. In classes, you'll find out what it is you need to know and what skills you need, but you also have to work out what works for you in acquiring those bits. And that requires a bit of effort initially, but once you've got those skills, you've got them for life. Industrial education, which is where education started, was created by people who had built factories, and their idea of a good educational system was the same as that of a good factory. You put a lot of materials in, students, and you got somebody to stamp out all the same sort of thing, the teacher. And over the years there have been lots of attempts to make the teaching better. But at the end of the day, the only thing that really works is what you do. If you can find out a way that works for you, then you will win. And saying, oh, the teacher didn't do it my way, is not an excuse. You're the only you there is. It's you that's got to live your life. If you can make that better by spending an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes looking at something in a different way, then you're going to succeed. Let me tell you a few statistics. 10% of UK adults have no qualifications whatsoever. 50% of those are unemployed. Of the people in prison, 50% have no qualifications. Getting qualifications and going up the ladder is really helpful to your life. But the interesting thing is that you can learn to be intelligent, and that sounds wrong. But let me play a little experiment for you. Supposing you do an IQ test at the age of 8. If you do it again at 18, the same test, you'd expect to score more highly. You've become more intelligent because you have more knowledge, and you have more skills to put the questions that you're getting into context. And so you get more. And if you do that same test again at 28, when you've been out at work for a few years, well, then you'll score even higher, because you've got all those work-life skills that are also coming into play. The more qualifications you get, the more intelligent you become. Intelligence is the ability to solve problems. If you can solve more problems than I can, you are more intelligent than I am. It's that simple. So intelligence makes you cleverer. And what I'm going to do in this series is show you how to become cleverer with as little work as possible.